Yes, good evening, good afternoon. Of course, from wherever you are watching, from wherever you are listening in from. Luzay Andrew Anderson is my name, and this is breaking news. In case it's your first time to be listening in case it's your first time to be watching in, this is very, very crucial. This is very important. And of course, it is sad news again. We have not come with good news. Well, this is breaking news. And of course, Pele dies aged 82 years old. And of course, world pays a tribute to the superstar who changed the game. Let me repeat once again, just in case you're watching in and it's your first time, you can go ahead and of course subscribe. You can hit the notification bell so that you're among the first people to be watching in. Well, I have come with sad news, but of course it's breaking news. Pele, aged 82, of course the world is paying tribute to him because he has just passed away in just a couple of minutes ago. Well, Pele is a Brazilian soccer star who led his country, the national team, to the World Cup victory in the 1956, and who in the 1960s and 70s, of course, came, to meet up with Muhammad Ali as the world's most popular and recognizable athlete. Of course, this died Friday at Sao Paulo Hospital. He's been one of those best, nice players most of the world really recognized. He was considered one of those people, when it comes to ball, there's no doubt that, there's any way you could skip him. He's been really super, super talented. Most of the people loved him like so much. Well, he has died at the age of 82. Well, let's not forget some people are coming up with different speculations for the cause of death. And of course, he has been in hospital for quite a time. Yeah, he's been in the hospital for quite a time, and he was in intensive care. But of course, he was 82 years and had been in poor health for the last several years as he battled cancer, and what the hospital described in a statement this week as a kidney and cardiac dysfunction. Yeah, so the cause of death, as per the hospital and where he was, they said that the cause of death is basically kidney and cardiac dysfunction. Yes, basically what that means, he was having his kidney was not working very well, and also his heart was not working very well. So basically that's what they came up as the cause of death. Well, if we can go on, Pele, whose presidency for the 1969 exhibition match in Nigeria led to, of course, the day's ceasefire in the country's bitter civil war, so that both sides could see him play. You just imagine, it was around 1969 that, he had to go to Nigeria to be playing ball. And because they were having those civil wars in Nigeria, these two sides, all of them decided to come together so that they could not have a fight, just to watch Pele play. Of course, he became one of the only player to win 3 World Cups when Brazil again victorious in 1962. Yes, you can imagine 3 World Cups. Pele was involved in 3 World Cups, and of course Brazil was winning. And I think it was around the 1970s, and more than making good of his naive and of course his youthful promises to his father. And I think some of you people have watched the movie Pele. I don't know if you've watched the movie Pele. I watched the movie Pele, and it was one of those so much inspirational movies, you could sit home and watch with family. I watched this movie and how he started together with the brother and then some relatives and then the community people he used to play with. I don't know if, in case you've not watched that movie, you could also go ahead and watch it, because it is one of those really, really, really inspirational movies that you should have to look out for. Of course, I think he promised his father in the movie, and of course that was based on a real story. He promised his father that, one day we will win World Cup. One day we'll win World Cup. Even when he was coming in from a poor family, his family wasn't doing really that much. It was an average family, but it was so surprising that, he had to go for the academy, and before he knew it, he won 3 World Cups. Yeah, he became one of those most celebrated athletes when it comes to sports. If because you look at Muhammad Ali and him, oh my goodness, they are one of the most celebrated when it comes to ball. And of course, during his career, he resisted numerous offers to play in Europe. Yeah, most of the African people, even those from Brazil, when an opportunity jumps in, they can easily move and they go to Brazil. They can easily leave Brazil and then go in for Europe, because every player, most of the times, these players, they're like, if in case you play in Europe, then that means you've achieved it. Yeah. So Pele was like, I'm not going to leave Brazil to go play for any European country. So he refused, even when, of course, most of the people think that, European countries, when it comes to ball, they earn too much money. But of course, he refused, to go play for any European country. For his royalty, for his love for the country, Brazil. He had planned, of course, to retire after playing his final game for the Santos. That was, I think, in 1974. Yeah, he planned, he was like, at least this time around, I'm going to retire after playing, of course, the game for Santos. That was in 1974. But he was deeply in debt. Yeah, he had too much debt. At that, I think it was at the age of 35. He agreed, of course, to pay for $7 million. Yeah, he signed a contract of $7 million to play the final 3 seasons for his professional career with the New York Cosmos, and of course the North American Soccer League. So of course it is in sad news. We've seen different people post about Pele, and everyone is trying to sympathize with the family, and everyone is saying that basically they have lost a legend, and truly he was a legend. You can just imagine having won 3 World Cups. Yeah, 3 World Cups. That is really, 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 really nice. It is so absurd. It is so bad. But of course, everything that has a beginning, it always has its end. I think we are going to just get through just briefs about Pele. For some of you, I know you could be knowing him. Some of you named your kids Pele, just because he was a very good player. Most of the people got inspired and, they joined ball just because of Pele. Well, when it comes to Pele, Pele began playing for Santos. I think that was at the age of 15, and of course the Brazil national team at the age 16. During his international career, he won 3 FIFA World Cups, and of course that was in 1958, then 1962, and of course that is 1970. The only player to do so. He was also nicknamed Ore. Yes, Ore, of course, meaning the king. Following the next year, I think that was around 1958 tournament, Pele, of course, joined the Brazilians, of course, and this time around in the team he was playing for, he scored 77 goals in the 92 games at the club level, and he also he is also the Santos, of course, this is all-time top goal scorer. Yeah, he is a Santos all-time top goal scorer with, of course, 643 goals. That is in 659 games. You can just imagine. Yeah, he scored 643 goals in just 659 goals. Basically, he was scoring almost in every game. And in a golden era of Santos, he led the club to the 1962 and then 1963 Copa Libertadores. Yes, and also in 1962 and 1963 International Cup. Of course, credited for connecting the phrase, of course, of the beautiful game. Most of you people, you could be there, you could have seen different players, more so when it comes to Brazil, that, when it comes to playing beautiful and nice game, of course, it was because of Pele that, of course, that word came up, that was a beautiful, beautiful, nice game. Most of the people he played with and, of course, in his team really appreciated him because of the skills he had when it came to ball. And, of course, his style of playing was so electrifying, yeah. Women loved him, men loved him. Each time he could score, everyone could go crazy. And of course, he's one of those people who put Brazil on top, that everyone really wanted to see how the Brazilian people could play ball. During his playing days, Pele was for a period of the best paid athlete in the world. You could just imagine. He was one of those people. He was the most paid when it comes to athletics or sports, in the world. After retiring, I think it was in 1977, Pele was the world ambassador for football and made many acting and commercial ventures. In 2010, he was also named the honorary president of the New York Cosmos, of course, averaging almost a goal per game throughout his career. Each time he could play, at least he could score a goal. Pele was, of course, depth in striking. When it comes to striking, was one of those people that everyone was looking up to. Most of these people could come to watch the matches, to watch the games, just to see Pele. They just wanted to see Pele play. So when it comes, to his kind of games, it was just so special, and everyone really loved him so much. And of course, his emergency, I think it was I think in 1958 World Cup, where he became the first black global sporting star, was a source of inspiration. And of course, throughout his career and in his retirement, Pele received several individual and team awards for his performance in the field, his record-breaking achievements, and his legacy in sports. So bad that we've lost Pele. Whether you're young, you're old, you're in your 50s, you're in your 30s, maybe you're in your 60s, maybe 70s, or even your 80s, I think you know about Pele. He's really been a very good player. His legacy will always be remembered. It is so sad that we've lost him, but just like how I told you, at least he left a very good legacy. Very sorry for him. May God bless him, his family. We sympathize with everyone. Of course, he was a dad, he was an uncle, he was a grandfather, he was a friend to very many. We send our sympathy to those who really loved him so much. And for the people he played with, the people who loved his games, the people he followed, we want to say sorry.